Oh, you stay with him in the same city. I done been around this world. You can't think with me. Oh, you a wannabe. I'm what they wanna be. A well-adjusted free thinker. That's autonomy. That means I make my own decisions, boy. What do you do? I could spend a week or two out in Honolulu. And I ain't got $1 billion, but I got a screw loose to the people that see the world just like the news do. Why you stunting on the block? You can invest that money, get funded by some stocks. I'd rather make a punchline than punch into a clock. Life is hard, but you won't change it just wishing on a star. Cause you can miss this like you in the dark. This beat is intimate, so you can really feel my heart. System built for us to fail, but somehow we all prevail. By the time I was 17, man, I thought I'd be in jail. Cause we moved out to the burbs.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us across the Atlantic and along the River Liffey in the wonderful city of Dublin, Ireland. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, so happy to be here. We are underway from Dublin, folks, in the NFL International Series. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
McCarthy going to put it up right away. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Now with the play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. On the ground, it's Jefferson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And the Vikings first down.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looking to throw McCarthy. He finds his man complete. It's Chandler. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
It's a gain of
23 yards on the play.
First down, Minnesota.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. You look at this Steeler defense. They're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
2nd and 10. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Throwing is McCarthy. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
A 9-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now a handoff to Chandler. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Ty Chandler, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him and let him cap things off.
For the extra point.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
7. Steelers, nothing. Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. He gets away from one. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll make it 2nd down. The Steelers at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try to get right?
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
319.
They'll run with Etienne. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. Anything to make of this, or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week and now a 3rd.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of the ball, tucking it away, keeping it high and tight, all the while doing that and not slowing down his running and his ability to move the ball forward.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Now it's Rodgers. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Brandon Smith picks it off. And the Vikings are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Yeah, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. To the air with McCarthy. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Chandler. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Steelers 47-yard line.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. And now they'll shift things around. Here's McCarthy. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now McCarthy. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
Bronco 18. 79 Bronco.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 25, here's second and a couple. They'll run with Jefferson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year and 4th overall. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
14. Steelers 3. Will Reichard to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
On play action, now Rodgers. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
From the 47 now, they work with a 2nd and 7.
88.
Now Rodgers. Finding Etienne here, catching it on the out route. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Etienne. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Rodgers. Now a run here, and caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Freiermuth, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have cut it back within a score. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long.
Dragon 60. Cougar 19.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy. Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 27 yards there, a first down.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
60 Bison, 60 Bisons.
Back to throw now on first down. Now he'll tuck this and run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 4. They run it with Chandler. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 18 Pioneer. Scoop.
From the gun on 3rd down, McCarthy. He finds his man complete. It's Chandler. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And now an audible here into something else. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down. Now Chandler. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Back to the ground, this time to Jones. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Ty Chandler in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. The extra point up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
Steelers 10.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Will Record to kick off for the Vikings.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 55 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
That's good for a Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 40.
Here's Rodgers. He'll drop this one off with ETN. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now 2nd and 9.
No. 319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. ETN bringing in another one. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. I think you would agree, just a good decision right there. Goes for the safe play, gets some yardage out of it.
And showed some toughness as well. As you noted, he stayed right in there. Saw the rush was coming, hung in there, took the hit, dumped it out to the outside, and now they pick up some yardage, and you have a back that's grateful to you and will continue to make plays.
Go to 50, and you block over here. Yeah, this.
Rodgers now to throw. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
258. Go to 50.
ETN up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
No. 258. Jimmy, box it. Jump out.
Throwing is Rodgers. Throwing quickly to Wilson.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
258.
To throw is Rodgers. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. ETN will score. Touchdown, Steelers.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt. He's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the two-point conversion.
The Steelers will line up for the two-point conversion.
Complete at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point.
Steelers 18.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose.
Teams take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. In motion right, that's Hardman. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw McCarthy. That's complete to Chandler on the check down. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
It's now 4th down.
Oh, they're changing this at the line. They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. A handoff for ETN. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
That's good.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Complete to Washington. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down. And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
A Up the middle, Johnson. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Boswell's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the middle, Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. To the air with McCarthy. Oh, going from Jefferson downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
This is taken at the 23. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Completes it to Austin. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now it's Rodgers. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Pat Freiermuth. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Chris Boswell.
Boswell for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
Makes the score Steelers 28, Vikings 21. Chris Boswell.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. They need their best drive of the game right here. Justin Jefferson. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Now the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
And it is caught. Nice little juke. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. On play action, it's Rodgers. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
Second and 11 at the 41. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
319. Jump out. Box it, box it, box it, box it. Teammate.
Now Rodgers. This one incomplete. Probably should have been picked. A little nonchalant with the throw to the safety valve, but it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Rodgers on the return. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
And he'll get this out to about the 38-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
19.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here comes 2nd down. Now a run with Jefferson. And he will get out of bounds here as well. What a play. Big yardage. They stop the clock, and they move it to the boundary of field goal range as well.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Now a handoff up the middle. Chandler. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Here we go, set. Panthers 60. Panthers go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Throwing is McCarthy. Open man, that's Felton.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Here we go, 1st and goal.
Let's go now. Rocco 80. Hey, smash.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. The extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead.
35, Steelers 28. Will Riker to kick off for the Vikings.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Hey, 626.
Rodgers to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got it at the 15. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
For a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rodgers. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And that touchdown means a decision has to be made. Do they kick the PAT and tie it up, or do they go for 2 and try and win it right now?
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, in this, in effect, is your ball game right here.
Jump out. Back north. Inside.
Now Rodgers. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead.
36, Vikings 35.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Here's 1st and 10. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Here's 1st down. He'll look to throw. This ball intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Steelers have just about sewn up this football game.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.